Hello, my name is Ben Keats, and I'm just going to make a video to talk about how I'm getting involved with the space industry. I've talked about this on my LinkedIn um, setup. I've talked about the fact that SAFCOMS initially, which is now Space TM, is intending to be inextricably linked with the space industries of this planet. Um, Now, obviously, I have no capabilities of launching rockets or um, being an astronaut or anything like that. I'm not. I haven't studied rocket science or astrophysics. Um, but what I do is a not hugely removed from a space program that is actually on Earth, which is basically the whole generation of Umosras and the realm of Vina. Um, but what it has to do, it relies very heavily upon the likes of, SpaceX, the likes of NASA, to keep putting people up in space, to keep organizing the reality of a space program on this planet, which ultimately Umosras will equip its citizens with from the directive of a universal realm or a universal city on Earth, which will put people, therefore, into space on our own program, in our own Glasgow-Ramsby Aryan systems or our greys. And this it's not hugely removed from the Earth now, since the likes of commercial space flight and SpaceX have got involved in space ventures and moving towards a future reality of linking up the intangible with the tangible in the space program. What we are configuring here in Umosras and in Space TM is the reality of universal creation coming back to Earth from deep in the universe, where potentially, although people may not have witnessed it themselves, they may have astrally traveled to and brought it back through their artisanal work and their work as they develop their systems in the program of the under the umbrella of Umosras, say, for example, which is why all my artisanal works, all my creative works, as I embellished, as I made this creation, this universal creation, as I had astrally reached the zone, the black zone, or the black arc in my creative reality, and returned from the source of the universe, creating what was around me as I came back. Now, this reality is developed through a process of creation in terms of artisan structures, but mainly in the IT world with me, which is why I'm trying to link up the local artisans in this location, in the location of Gloucestershire and the surrounding counties. I'm trying to link them up and provide them with the output of working through their artisan program to create websites and generate space status, quality, technology with the product of their artisan reality. So my server venture, my generation of I'm going to host servers from my house in Amberley. I'm going to host virtual servers system for the locals, so they'll be able to have an IP address that is located in the location where they live, and they will also have all the commodities provided through a system of either using proxies or DNS to link them to the central Space TM and Umosras servers, which will equip the reality of the glue, the universal glue in the reality of what they're creating in their artisan process. So what the reality that we have in, say, NASA or in SpaceX or in any of these other programs that are launching commercial spaceflight, and the reality of it is we are able to smooth, make the operation smooth, the whole process of these astronauts going to space. Because my universal glue, which I'm hoping will be shared on a reciprocal basis with the likes of SpaceX and other companies, that through this reciprocal process, we will endeavor to create a slipstream process of ascension to the rocket industry, taking it to the next level and ultimately bringing it to the situation where it becomes a physical reality of space on Earth and generate torsion field technology that SpaceTM provides to create components in computers and technology that generates the reality of without microchips, no microchips. We're not intending to use microchip technology purely by torsion fields and light alone, pinned through the arc web. We're going to create computers, technology, components, rockets, everything. Initially in sympathy and in dual reality with the existing space programs that are out there at the moment. But ultimately, we're going to create our own rockets and our own craft, if you like. I call them craft, the Gray's craft, to fly locally around the Earth and to orbit the Earth, and potentially also to start our own program, the Inner Space Program, to go to other planets and farm and mine and create a reality off-world for inner concerns. This is my goal. This is what I want to do. I'm not just talking about the local planets either. I'm talking about other planets within this galaxy, which we're going to find and make part of our clout under what we're actually setting up for this Earth. But this is all works in progress. But initial development is to group the artisan network in the locality, or people who have reached out to me and got their servers, their websites set up using my proxy, or their works they're using my proxy. This is all designed to bring people in, to bring the artisan remit back to Gloucestershire, and to bring a universal reality among the locals as well. Essentially the locals, but there will be people outside Gloucestershire who will be interested in being part of this program, I'm sure, and they're welcome to join and be part of this, and that we fully embrace. So this is the program I'm putting in place. This is my version of events. I'm not saying that I'm directly involved with anyone in NASA or in SpaceX or anything like that. But what I am saying is that I am going to get involved with that sort of type of phenomena and offer it at experimental prices to these agencies, especially in the torsion field remit, the component-free computers and the computers that are structured on pure light alone, and the whole reality of what I'm actually about to bring about. So that's basically what I'm talking about, and I think I've got a lot of believers in those areas as well. I think there are a lot of believers in the American space program, in what I'm doing. I think they've watched me from afar and they know some of the stuff that I actually did for them in the end. But this is all long haul. But that's the intermediary phase, if you like, my connection to American space programs. The reality of what I'm actually going to achieve ultimately is the Inner Space Program, which, like I say, will explore new planets way beyond our own solar system, into the galaxy and beyond. So that's the mission. That's what I'm laying down. That's what I'm claiming that I'm going to do. And I won't have a problem proving you wrong. That will happen. Believe me. I know. I always get what I want.